Do you have friends that keep bragging about side hustles, about online business models, and how they want to start and easily make 10K a month? Well, how long did they last? How long did those get rich quick guys last? Probably not even 2 weeks. They didn't take a single action. I started from the same spot, and now in 2 years I've made almost 100 videos on YouTube, roughly 2 videos a week, having actually a busy lifestyle as a student, as an athlete, as a mountaineer now. And I've gone through so much stuff about recording videos, about being consistent, about being productive. So I want to start from the starting point. Actually, I haven't started from this channel. I had another chess channel. Summer 2023. I had a turning point when I'm coming after an English courses. Actually, my level was so bad that I didn't even understand some of those videos I watched. Like genuinely, I turned on a video from Hamza, from Iman Gandhi, and I couldn't even understand like half of his words. I got the idea, but I didn't even know what was he telling. Like listening to some Russian dude that was talking about automated faceless channels. I'm like, this shit, that's fire idea. I've already made my first video with like talking head style, but I was so bad at it that I decided to not even show my face. So you're waking up, instead of taking your phone, started scrolling some videos, you're just waking up, going to the bathroom and taking a cold shower. Every single day I would sit down at 4 or 5 p.m. trying to focusing just on making that one video, getting footage of me playing chess and like creating a story for 2 heroes, adding some music on it, make it like super entertainment stuff. What's interesting, I've been working almost every single day of the summer. I've made 5 videos in a whole fucking summer. Let it marinate. That's how bad I was. This is not my thing. So I came back to recording myself, recording my journey, and 1.5 years from now I'm here. How I kept going. First of all, when I started shooting my self-improvement videos, first video took me 3 weeks. At that moment, Hamza made his full money guide when he was talking about product, getting your avatar, selling stuff online, and I did not cope. I started making my avatar. I started making his problems. What can I solve? And the problem was that I haven't made a single video. It took me 3 weeks. Now, a lot harder, a lot longer video takes me up like 3 days to make. But the actual point is that first step is the hardest. First step has the most friction. Imagine like there's a path of some YouTuber, and he made 500 videos. First 20, first 50 will be 90% harder than the rest 450 videos. I'm not taking a piss. First 50 videos have 95% of hardness. The rest is just consistency. It's just, just keep going. Just keep your foot on the gas. It's like controlling the plane. It's on autopilot. You just have to keep your eye on everything. That's not hard. You just have to go through it. You're still gonna be bad. Your video is gonna be shit. Like I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. My video was so bad, but I still had to go through it. And when you realize that no one cares, and actually every single thing you start doing, not only about YouTube, but starting some hobby, starting a new thing. Like just yesterday I did some rock climbing. So I had to focus, I had to train. I felt bad. I felt that emotion and feeling again when you don't know much about it. You're just the same newbie that's at the level 0, looking at level hundreds and thinking, how am I gonna get there? It's just hardness in the beginning. Like, I'm not gonna bullshit you. You just have to go through it. And if you've gone through it, if you've made some videos already, and it's not that hard, I'm gonna get to the next step, but it's the thing with relationships. Cold approaching or just talking to that girl, escalating is the hardest step. But relationships are not that hard to maintain at all. When you start talking to one girl and, you're not that interested in her, but once you start going out with her, once you start spending time with her, over and over again, you're talking sweet to her, you're giving her compliments, she's giving you compliments. Soon, even though you didn't like her that much, you start to pair a bond. You start to get an attachment, emotional attachment or any type of attachment. It's not good in relationships. Actually, it happened to me just recently. Successfully, I've just gone through it, I'm feeling fine right now. But still, if you're a horny as fuck and you want to start dating a girl, just if she's not the finest, if she's lacking in at least one area of your life that is important to you, then it's not worth it, bro. It's not worth the pain and everything you have to go through after it. After you found out you made an attachment, but you're not compatible. I told this example because in work, you have to create emotional attachment. You have to pair a bond with your work. You have to pair a bond with routine, with the morning you have, because you have to show up at the same time like a robot, like an AI. You don't necessarily need to like your work, But if you just show up at the same time, if you create that emotional attachment with work, you will do that every single fucking day, now without asking it. They will create a routine, they will create a signal for your brain that, at the same time of the same day, she's doing some creative or demanding task. So your brain is struggling that time, so it allocates some energy. Necessary brain points. You start to put a routine around it. You don't suddenly waste your time in messengers. You don't suddenly do other chores. You don't suddenly, go outside or do some other hobby. You know that this time, like I've been doing this for 30 days, basically a whole month of doing the same thing at the same time. That would be kind of weird to not do that at the same time. You know what I mean? It becomes so easy. You don't question it anymore. So, action step for this part of the video. If you're trying to implement something or if you're trying to stay consistent on YouTube, although you've made some videos, just find a place, time of the day, when you can do the same shit over and over again. I generally do the same shit at the same time. I either record or script video in the morning, nothing else. So my brain has nothing to do but just give me resources, give me energy to that. And the next thing, you're hanging out with your friend, it's been some month, and you start the person bond with him, you realize you have something in common, you're going out, you're just having fun, you're laughing and stuff. And one turning point, you ask him something, or he fucked up somewhere, he made you a promise to do something. And when a friend keeps telling you that, I'ma do it bro, I'ma get your money back, or I'ma do this shit for you, or you do reverse to him, when he's not keeping the promise, your respect immediately goes down. Like, it just goes to the fucking bottom. He's basically ruining the most important aspect of your friendship, like being true, being honest, or just being trustful. You cannot trust him because he just breaks the promise whenever he wants. Like, you've decided to meet up, but he doesn't follow it. You find out that he's hanging out with another guys, or he's doing something with his family. It's understandable, but you have to keep the promise. He has to keep the promise. Friendship, when you can be easily replaceable, when you're not that important, is fucking nothing. But you do that with your work every single fucking day. You just keep breaking the promise. It's the same shit. You don't trust yourself anymore. You cannot trust yourself that you can do this shit because you've proven yourself that you cannot fulfill the promise for 5 or 10 times, even 50 times. Imagine how many times you thought to yourself that I'ma stop vaping, I'ma stop watching porn, I'ma stop, wherever, fill in the blank, and it didn't happen. Holy fuck. How many times? Of course your brain is not gonna do that because you have a history. Your brain has all of your unkept promises documented. Why have I emphasized it so much? Because you just have to keep one promise. Just tell yourself to do one different thing in the next day. Either record a video, either script the video, anything. Keep one promise. When you get it, use the previous step. Act like a robot. Do it at the same time of the same day. For 21 days, you can promise yourself to do another shit. Now you've added 2 really important things in your routine. Now your brain has a history of keeping promises. You did it for 2 months. You're on the right track, buddy. And slowly but surely, as you keep the same promise over and over again, and you be a bit better every day in recording or scripting, you add a bit of volume, you try new things, and slowly your baseline goes up. And you finally realize that you're consistent as fuck. Like, the only thing you have to do to make money or to break that milestone is just being better at your skill, at your craft. And as soon as you started showing up and keeping the promise, you will build up the confidence in yourself. And now, like, it's almost effortless to stay consistent in some shit. Once you can keep the promise and you keep showing up because it's easy. You put a place, you put a time. Remember, now you have to escalate. You've already made some videos. Now when you started showing up, consistent does not only mean like basically being at the same place. Actually, it's about being better. Consistency doesn't involve only showing up, because if everyone just showed up, then every 15-year-old teen that started making personal brand will make the tens of millions of dollars. It goes deeper. You have to be better. Once you've started showing up, self-improvement didn't hit anymore. Instead of just cold shower and meditating and reading, you had to go running. Instead of listening to podcasts, you have to listen to lectures, philosophy lectures, deep conversations, deep thoughts. There's the next step to it in every single niche. And if you've been consistent in some area, but you didn't get that much results, you have to think about the area that you suck a lot in. Like, you've been doing some shit, you've been consistent, but it's still not growing. Now you have to work through constraints. You know the saying, business grows through one constraint each at the time. You're gonna have countless troubles in your business, in your storytelling, in your conversion rate, in your landing page, or wherever. There's so much problems you need to fix, but you have that one area, you have that one bottleneck, that if you just fix that, you're gonna grow. like regardless of other problems. What is it? Eliminate it ruthlessly. Like you have to gamify. It's like a video game. You have just that one quest. You know, you have a list of quests you have to complete, but there's one that you have to do right now, and you can't skip it to do others because like the game doesn't allow you to. You have to get your first boss, smaller boss, to get for another one. And long time for me was storytelling. For me it was basically talking. Like my English was basically not on the level to keep you hooked. I had to cut my video like 1,000 times. Literally 15-minute video could become a 10-minute video just because I cut every single unnecessary fail moment. I failed more than I talked. Imagine failing 40 minutes in a 15-minute video. I started telling more stories. I started showing up more. I started making more videos, and in each one I started to do a better intro. At one I started getting more actionable steps, and slowly but surely I started getting some views. You know, I suppose my constraint right now is conversion rate. It's tailoring video for my avatar, for my perfect client. You know, that's like a constraint. 4 months ago, constraint was different. My bottleneck was different. Right now it's something else. You have to find it out. You have to be better. Now we're coming to the pro tip, which is so important, and actually it goes deeper than everything else. You better do the thing for 100 days and see 30% progress rather than do the thing for 20 days. See the same 30% progress and quit. As simple as that. You can work 10 hours a day. You can work 8 hours a day. Get the same progress in 20 days, but still quit. And it will be so much worse than if you just kept going. And in 100 days, you get the same progress. But what's interesting right now? You found a momentum, you found a pace, you now actually start figuring out this shit. And the actual progress will then start forming from it. Because first 100 days you were trying. You were finding your pace, you were finding that niche, you were finding your format and style and whatever. Like in the next 100 days, you will get 2 times more progress, even 4 times more progress. When you've cracked the code, it's actually a lot easier. I'm gonna tell a specific example when you're rock climbing. You see those rocks for the first time, you see the road, and you don't know when to put your foot and arms. And consequently, you fail. Only if you're like super tough, you're gonna find a place anyway, like you have so much strength, you can get a grip on everything. But realistically, you're gonna attempt like 4 or 5 times before you actually learn the route, and it's becomes so much easier that you're just doing this automatically. Once you know about all placements, you're gonna do it effortlessly, like 5 times easier. And that's the same shit with YouTube. When you finally crack the code, when you finally realize that you're bad, but you can fix it, but just continue pushing, now the growth begins. You just have to get reps in before you realize how easy is that. Everyone quit in the beginning, but the beginning was the only constraint. Because after that, only the growth happens. And that led me to a pro tip 2. Don't be hard in the beginning. Don't escalate if you're not even used to getting that much of intensity. Because I can give countless examples with sport. When you're running, you have a pace, like average pace per kilometer, like minutes per kilometer. And when you're running, first time, you're gonna run like 7 minutes a kilometer, 7:30. Like 6:30. It's not that bad, but it's kind of slow, you know what I'm saying? And when you're that slow, you can run kilometers, bro. 5, 10, 15, 21, half marathon, easily. Actually, I've run a half marathon recently, 5:23, but that's not the point. When you're running your first 10 kilometers, first 3 kilometers, your pace will be 7 or even 7:30. But as soon as you get the pace in, you're gonna get like 6:30 or 6 because you've warmed up. When you find out your pace in the beginning, like working 30 minutes a day, working 1 hour a day, you start to realize that it's easy to handle it right now. It wasn't easy to handle it in the beginning, but now you can work 2 hours, 3 hours a day like it's nothing. You've warmed up. So don't be hard, please. Don't be that hustler that, finds out about the shit, watches some video about Hamza, about, Hormozy, the 12-hour workday is fine. In the first week, you're just gonna quit. You're just an idiot. You just followed masses because masses now try to work, try to hustle, try to put 1,000 things on your plate. But actual smart dudes start slowly. Actual smart dudes that got to the success in hiking, in other sports, in YouTube, they started slowly. And then they started adding things on top. And then they started being better. That's how I stayed consistent. Watch this video if you're interested. And that's all. Bye.